Welcome, everybody, to the Connected Biz online spotlight series. Today, I've got Lorraine Lane with me, and Lorraine is a business coach that works with business owners to really step into the marketing spotlight with confidence, with clarity about their target market and their message. And she gets results by really helping her clients um, pull out their talents and their skills and package them up in a way that's unique for them. So thank you so much for chatting with me today, and so excited to have you on.
My pleasure.
So for those that haven't heard us chat before, um, tell them a little bit about how you got started because it's a funny, not funny story.
It's funny now.
Yeah, it's one of
Yeah,
those. In hindsight, it's great, but
yeah. At the time, it wasn't
in the
funny.
moment, it was not.
No, no. So I started my career in the high-tech industry, human resources manager. In the last 8 years I was there, I was the training and development manager for managers across the United States. Loved my job. And I expected that I would retire from that company. But one Monday morning, that dream was shattered when my manager said our whole department had been laid off over the weekend. So that started a different trajectory for my life. um, and I will tell you, Sherry, I did not plan to have my own business. That was not in the plan. So I tried I tried mightily to find a job. It was a downturn in the economy, and so I tried all kinds of things to try to get a job. I dumbed down my resume, applied for all kinds of jobs, and my business grew up around me because I just kept taking any business that would come my way. And so I will say that after 25 years, I still haven't found a job. So, so um, this, as I say, I did not plan to have my own business. So I made a lot of mistakes along the way.
Yeah.
But I think making those mistakes has helped me be a better coach for people who
Yeah.
are in business because I've experienced the sitting alone in your office waiting for the phone to ring and and trying to find other ways of building my business other than networking and meeting people and not wanting to be in the spotlight and learning how to market. So I understand the agony of trying to do those things
Right.
and how to help people do it better and do it faster. So
And that's the key. It's a lot easier to get excited and stay excited if you're getting results. But if you keep, beating your head against the wall and seeing nothing for it, then it's pretty disheartening.
yeah, and it hurts.
Yeah, yeah, that too.
Right.
That too. So you started out high tech. Who do you mainly work with now?
Now I mainly work with small business owners, not so much startups, but small business owners who've been in business for a while and are finding themselves, I don't like the word stuck, but
Stuck.
they're
Yeah.
they're trying to do everything and not reaping the reward for their effort. And as I've shared with you before, we're measuring things like before COVID and after COVID.
Hmm.
So before COVID, all my business was local. I belonged to the chamber. I did a lot of networking and connecting and so on. So my business was like a 25-mile radius.
Hmm.
And then COVID hits and we're all locked up in our homes and Zoom is in the right place at the right time. So we're all kind of moving onto online and trying to drum up business online.
That way. Hmm.
And now we're morphing into this hybrid of now we can interact with people and network and being online is seems like a
Still,
requirement.
yeah.
Okay. So now we're having to do both things. And which of all of the possibilities do you undertake in order to reach your target market? And it's not all of them. Otherwise, you spend all your time in front of a computer. And, you know, I worked with people who say, I'm posting every day, 2 or 3 times a day, and crickets. Or there's a lot of reason for that, right?
Mhm.
So exploring those things, and is your market online? Are they
Yeah.
related? So one of my clients, I said, where do your clients come from? Where are they? Well, they're within a 20-mile radius of her, and not one of them has reached out to her because of what she posts online.
Right. Right.
So put the effort where your clients are, right?
Hmm.
So posting 3 and 4 times a day is not going to result, but going and meeting with people and being where your target market is has drummed up a lot of business for her.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's at a
Yeah.
point now where she wants to hire some people because she's got so much business. So
Yay. That's a good one.
happy
Yeah.
ROI, right?
Hmm. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what we're trying to do. And
Hmm. Yeah.
and
And
sometimes,
when you see it happen for someone, it's like it works, right? And
mhm,
so that's
mhm.
happy story.
Yeah. Because I mean, it's so easy, especially as a business owner, you're in the thick of it and you're not seeing the forest through the trees
Exactly.
type of
Exactly.
thing. So it's always helpful, I think, to get, that's one of the advantages of working with a coach is it's somebody from the outside that can see what's like glaringly obvious to them and you're just like missing the boat.
Right. Right.
So,
I remember her face when I said, so how do your clients find you? Where have they come to you your last 5 times? Oh, they weren't on Facebook. They
yeah,
weren't on LinkedIn, right?
yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah,
I think social media in particular, it's good for bringing awareness, but it's not designed or good for making a sale, like closing a client
yeah,
or any of that.
and we're finding that the connection with people is much faster and moves along much faster when it's in person.
Mhm.
Not that I'm discounting online, but if your business is local, meeting people in person is going to accelerate those relationships faster than being
Mhm.
online.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a dance, between the two now. I think it's not either or. It's kind of like you said, it's a hybrid. You've got to have elements of both, but
Yes. And do it with thought, right? You have to think where's my target market? Who is my target market?
right.
And where do they show up? And I need to be there. So
Mm-hmm.
it could be the hybrid, could be the in person, could be the online, but you have to know who you're trying to reach.
Hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
As we both know.
Yes.
So when you work with clients, what are kind of walk us through what's your core services? There's, how do they start with you and how do you have
Okay.
programs or sessions or how does that work?
Okay. So I say often, I don't have a three-ring binder approach to anybody's business, right?
Hmm.
So my approach will be different than your approach. And so
Hmm.
respecting how someone wants to build their business, what are they looking for? So I do a lot of questions so that I fully understand where are you, where you want to go, what's holding you back. And a lot of what are you willing to do, right?
That's key.
Because if you're not willing to get off the couch and do something, and we talk about you need to go out and meet people, but you won't do it, then something isn't going to happen for you in a way that's going to make you real happy.
Hmm.
So my approach is let's work together on what it is you want to do and how I'm going to support you. So we have
Hmm.
that agreement before we start working together. I'm not a one size fits all kind of, you know, I'm not selling pantyhose. So, so your uniqueness in your business is what, and your strengths is what I want to work with.
Yeah.
Okay. So knowing that, this person that I was talking about, that her business is local. So then what we worked on was her messaging,
Hmm.
how to network and how to talk about her business that didn't feel salesy.
Hmm.
Okay. Because she didn't know how to introduce herself at networking events, didn't know how to make those connections.
Hmm.
So that's what we focused on. That's what we
Hmm.
focused on. And not soon forget the phone call that said she went to a networking event and walked out with a $5,000 contract. So,
Woohoo! That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
So,
So,
so just this, I just want to comment on this because, um, so that is just fabulous. And I'm sure everybody watching is probably sitting there going, I would like that. Now you're talking a lot about local businesses, but you do work with people that aren't local to you,
oh, absolutely.
correct?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. So we go through the same questions, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I have people all over, but we role play and talk it through so that you hear yourself saying the words, right? And are positioning yourself so that people want to know more about what you do. And you ask, one of the things that I want to do with small business owners is to help them appreciate their uniqueness and what they bring to the marketplace. Cloning yourself is going to not make you stand out. You're just part of the noise. You're saying
Yeah.
the things that other people say. You're not differentiating yourself. And that's what marketing is, right? Marketing is aimed at making you stand out from the crowd.
Yeah. Yep.
That's the goal of marketing.
Yep.
So I'm sure you've seen commercials on TV. You wonder after they finish the commercial, like, what was that about? What were they selling? What's the message?
Hmm.
So you don't want that to
To
happen
be your
with
message.
your business, right? Right? So yeah.
Yeah.
So knowing how to do that is so important.
Awesome. Awesome. So, and all of that, making sure you incorporate their strengths and their uniqueness into their marketing, that's always been key. But I think now with the advent of AI, that's even more important because it's so easy to clone. It's so easy to just follow the leader, right? But then you're not the leader.
Right. Yeah.
Um, And you've got a neat little free gift that you're offering everybody that's watching, that kind of helps with that.
Yes. Yes. So I help people with networking, right? So I decided to play with AI and see what would happen. Because as you know, networking was not a favorite activity that I engaged in when I started my business. Networking was like, I wanted to do anything else but walk into a room full
The
of friends.
dentist sounds good,
Yeah.
when you bring that up. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I played with different prompts and what information would it give me and how to blend that in with the coaching that I do. And it was remarkable. So that's what I'm offering people is networking meets AI. And so prompts that will give you information so that you stand out at networking events. Plus, I've given them a whole lot of information that comes from my book, where it's a study on networking.
Hmm.
So they get both my information about how to use networking and the prompts that will make your networking unique and work for you in ways that other people are just following the leader.
Right, right.
Yeah,
So exciting.
yeah,
Because really it boils down to, I think AI what I've seen, there's like the two camps. There's like, I love AI, it's going to do everything for me. And then there's like, oh, AI is evil. But the key is in the middle. You get it to help you do you better,
It's a
right?
tool. It's a
Not
tool, right?
replace, not, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what you've created. So that's very, very cool.
So this tool is available and you can use it for in-person networking and online networking. So
Cool.
either place, it's the things that I hear people say, like, I don't know what to say. I hate small talk. Well, if you know how to use small talk well, it it will make you somebody that people want to connect with and they want to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is how do you follow up? How do you talk about yourself without bragging, without seeming like you're just a boring person? Um, Knowing how to do that, knowing how to self-promote without people running away from you
Right.
but you're
Yeah.
because you're selling. And so those kind of things make you stand out.
Hmm.
And you want to be somebody that people want to be with,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
There's that whole mantra of know, like, and trust. Well, help people get to know you, help people like you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the trust will come because
Hmm.
people spend time with you. So, there are people in my 25 years of networking and business building who, when you see them at a networking event, you want to avoid them at all costs
Yeah.
because all they want is to shove their business card in your face and sell you their product.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah. So we don't want to be annoying.
Nope. But then it's that it's that wonderful fine line of learning how, like, what's annoying and what's good promotion.
Right.
I think promotion's gotten a bad word too. People tend to like, oh, I can't do that. But you
Mm-hmm.
have to. So
Yes.
learning how to do it easily, authentically, and comfortably is a huge skill to learn.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
So how to make an impact that generates business? We're all in business because we want business to come, right?
Hmm.
So opening the door so that it can is the goal of this handout.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So everybody that's watching, the link will be right below the video. Make sure you take Lorraine up on that because it's a gem. So you need to get it. If somebody wants to reach out to you, what's the best way for them to get a hold of you?
Well, they can set up a time to meet with me. I have my link and they can set up a time to meet with me. It's a call. There's no selling, I promise. Or they can email me at Lorraine@lanebc.com. I do
Hmm?
answer emails. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you've got a lot of good information on your website, so that's lanebc.com. Anybody that
Hmm.
wants to go check it out, the
Yeah.
link will be below also. Um, so, thanks for spending a few minutes with us and sharing your wisdom and your stories and this very cool gift. Everybody needs to get it. And and any last tidbits, anything you can think of that we missed that we should have touched on?
Well, I think, as we're starting this new year, think thinking about what is going to impact your business the most. And it's the relationships that you build, right?
Yep.
How can you help other people and you will be helped?
Yep.
So, I think reaching out and going to networking events myself, that's what changed the world for me when I decided I was going to be there to help people
Yeah.
instead of thinking, I need a client, I need a client, I need a client, right? Instead, I offered to help people. They needed a connection, made the connection, and it got the attention off my discomfort, which
Yeah,
was
yeah.
the goal. But I realized if I paid attention, I I could help people.
Mm.
And I
Yeah.
think if we approach our businesses that way, um, it would just be better for everybody.
And that's where the magic happens too.
Hmm.
In my own experience too, that's been the case the minute if you can kind of shift away from that, the self, like, oh, I'm nervous about myself and quit, just focus
Hmm.
on the other person, then it shifts.
Yeah.
So that's a good tip. All right. Well, thanks so
Thank-
much for chatting. Everybody get your free download and we will see you on the next one.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.